Hello everybody, and welcome to the Red Rocket Arms channel. And I want to know if you can guess what type of weapon this is by the shot that you have here. It's got a ring and an unusual looking bolt. Some of you may already know, you may have already guessed, this is a K31 Swiss 7.5 Swiss battle rifle. These are very unusual. You don't see these very often anymore, and they just have such an unusual profile. A couple of things here. We'll start off. You may notice the condition of the stock, and this stock's kind of chewed up a little bit, and even on this end. But this is actually, believe it or not, one of the nicer stocks that you'll see on these weapons. Now I'm sure there are people out there that are much more experts than I am on these particular rifles, so I'll share with you what I know, and if anybody has any additional information, feel free to chime in and let us all know. There are a multitude of books out there and information on the internet that you can look up a little bit more about these. So first of all, just to let you know, this rifle has been safety checked, and so to begin with, a little bit about this unique design. As you can see, this has a straight pull bolt. Now, a traditional bolt, you'd actually pull up to take it out of battery, you'd pull it back, you'd charge a round, or you'd eject a round if there was already a round in there. Then you would charge a new round, and pulling it back would actually cock the weapon, and you'd be ready to fire. Well, the Swiss have a little bit different system. And theirs is, and I've actually got it here, so I have to discharge this to allow me to pull it back again. But it's a straight pull method, and it actually pulls straight back. There is no movement of the bolt up or down. It's just strictly straight forward and back. As you know, on most military surplus rifle, you can close the bolt. If there are no rounds in there, you can close the bolt by pressing on the actually down on the follower in the magazine. This has got an internal magazine to it, and it also has a unique safety system. It's got a ring pull safety system. You simply pull it back, and now it's in a safe mode. Or you can I've engaged it into the rear of the bolt here, where you can pull it back and turn it over. Now it can actually be fired. As you can see, it has sling mounts here in the stock, as well as up here on the band, the barrel bands. It's got tangent sights that are graduated out to 1,500 meters. Get a good shot of the Swiss crest there. It's in very nice shape. Take a look at the trigger. You can actually detach this magazine. As you can see, there's nothing in here. It's a little 5-round mag. It also has some paper stripper clips. They're very unusual. They're like a little cardboard box that you can use to put those in. And then, of course, it's got a very long pull on the trigger. You actually pull to here, and then you just breathe, and then pull the trigger, and it fires. Okay? Let's see. One of the main kind of interesting points about these Swiss rifles, as you know, the Swiss for many hundreds of years have maintained pretty steadfast neutrality. They don't get involved in wars. They don't get involved in other people's conflicts. So as a result, they don't have a very large standing army. They have more of what we would consider a citizen army. So every citizen is, and I say every citizen, I'm assuming it's mostly the males, are issued a rifle. That rifle is theirs until they reach a certain age, and then they turn the rifle back in. And it's traditional that that they would put a tag underneath the butt plate here that would have their name, maybe their address, what unit they were in, and they'd put this under here. It's on a little piece of laminate paper, so to speak. Well, I actually took mine off, and I actually have a tag under the butt plate here. And I know there's some folks that have actually attempted to contact these people. I have not done that yet, but I'd like to do that and let someone know that I have their rifle. Also, I mentioned a little bit of the condition of the stocks. Because of the Citizen Army, they take these rifles home with them, and they keep them, and in the event there's an insurrection or civil disorder, they can be called up at a moment's notice. But the reason there is a lot of discoloration around the butts of these weapons is, as I understand it, when they were in training or when they were doing their compulsory military service, they would stack these up, or they'd line them up in the snow, and this is actually water damage around the butt, where these would sit in the snow, and they would either kick them off, they'd use the boot to kick the snow off the bottom or the ice off the bottom, and the resulting water damage. Now this one's actually in pretty decent shape, considering. I want to say this one was late war 45 or 46 manufacture. We'll take a look at the front sights. As you know, it has a rear tangent sight just forward of the receiver, and then it's got just an adjustable blade sight. And it's interesting, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this blade sight is actually on an angle. So as you slide it forward, it moves left or right. So it's adjustable for windage by sliding it forward or back. Now this is an interesting addition under the barrel, and I don't know if you know what that is, but obviously you can see there is a bayonet mount here. But this piece is very interesting. A lot of people think it has something to do with a bipod, or that it has something to do with the bayonet. Actually, it doesn't. This is actually a piece that when you were to stack three rifles together, you would actually hook them together to form kind of a tripod. So that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you tuning in to Red Rocket Arms channel.